What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. If you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, it will be greatly appreciated. This is Larry Poteat Jr. I'm your real estate agent as well as your financial planning consultant. In today's video, we're going to talk about budgeting. That's right. Remember, budgeting is the foundation of your financial plan, and it's very essential, very important for these 5 reasons. Number 1 is it provides you with financial clarity. It gives you a good understanding of what's coming inside of your household as far as dollars. That means your income. Whatever your income sources are, you should have a good handle on the amount of money that you're making, the amount of money that's coming in. On the other side, you have to know what you're spending your money on. Those are expenses. You need to know what your mortgage is, what your rent is, car notes, insurance, utility bills, whatever it is, you need to make sure you have a good handle on that. You always want to have more income than you do spending or expenses. If you don't, that just means that you have more month than money. That means you don't have enough money to cover your expenses. Number 2 is it allows you to reduce your stress and anxiety when it comes to your finances. It's no longer a guessing game. A lot of times we keep our budget here. We know this is about how much I make. This is about how much I spend on gas, how much I spend on groceries, how much I spend when I go out to eat. We need to have realistic numbers. We need to have estimated numbers. But in some cases, for your fixed expenses, you already know what your car note is. If you have a rent or mortgage, you already know what that monthly payment looks like. It is those items that I call budget busters that are personal care, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting haircuts. We have to make sure we can identify how many times are we doing that and what are the costs associated with that. How many times do you go out to eat? Where do you go out to eat? Things of that sort. Do you travel? If you travel, how many times a year do you travel? Approximately how much that is. Not just the flight and the lodging, but when you get there, you still have to spend money on food. So you have to anticipate those things and you have to plan those out. Otherwise, those are the items that burst your budget. And we have to fix that. And that's why the budget can help reduce your stress, because if you have that in black and white, you know if you can afford that trip. You know if you're planning to go to a birthday party or plan a birthday party, you already have an itemized amount or an amount allocated for spending on that activity or spending for that occasion. If you don't, that's going to lead to more stress. That's going to lead to more anxiety. So that's something that a budget can help control. Number 3 is it helps you with creating and managing financial goals. Now that you have everything in black and white, how much are you going to save? Now you can allocate this amount, $300 for saving. We're going to make that automated. We're going to transfer that from the checking to savings account. Or I'm planning to purchase a home. Now I know I can save this because that's going into this account to save for a home, to buy a car, to travel. Now you can identify, which is creating and managing those particular goals. And you can be successful at it because it's in black and white. You can plan for it. What I always say is your budget helps you dictate your future financial decisions. And so you can look at your budget and you can make a decision. I can afford to purchase this house because this is my action plan. I can see in my budget that I can't take this big trip at the end of the year because I already have to do this. So that's what helps you get control. That's what helps you start to manage those goals. And ultimately, you want to make sure you're successful in those goals. And it starts with your budget. Number 4 is it helps you with planning for emergencies. Of course, it's no way to plan necessarily for an emergency, but you can be in a position so that if an emergency pops up, it's not a significant issue. It's not something that you can't get past. So if you have money set aside for an emergency popping up, if something happens medically, do you have enough in your savings account to take care of that? If you get a flat tire on your car, do you have enough money to take care of that? A lot of times, money or finances can take care of an emergency. We just have to make sure that we're in a position and have enough set aside for that. Because if we don't, it leads us back to number two, which is stress, anxiety, because we don't have a budget. We don't know how much is going towards savings. We don't have enough in savings because we didn't plan. We didn't put things in black and white. We didn't have an action plan. So that's something that we have to fix. And lastly, number five is we want to make sure that we develop financial habits. Going into this year, and just with my finances in general, I always go by three words, which is being disciplined, being consistent, and being accountable. We have to be disciplined when it comes to our budget. We can't just say, okay, I created my budget for this month, and then we're not disciplined. So we go out to eat all the time, or we spend money going shopping and doing whatever we want. We go on these trips. No, whatever you put in your budget, you have to stick to it. That's where discipline comes in, and you have to sacrifice. So the first word is being disciplined. Number two is being consistent. Whatever you're doing to put yourself in a position to be successful with completing those goals, continue to do that. If you're consistently saving, continue to do that month after month, week after week, every single day. Develop those habits so that it leads to successful saving, successful investing, successfully paying off trips, paying off student debt, putting yourself in a position to purchase a house. That's what it's all about. As well as being accountable. That's what a budget allows you to do. When I meet with my clients as a financial planning consultant, I'm their accountability partner. I keep them accountable. If they overspend in a certain area, I kind of reel them back in and say, hey, remember, you're trying to take that trip in 2 months. You can't overspend in this particular area, or you're in a position to purchase a house. Is going out to happy hour every single week going to help you get closer to purchasing that house? You have to be accountable, and you have to be accountable to that budget. If your budget is dictating and saying, hey, you can't go to happy hour every single day, scale back on that, because ultimately you want to complete your goal. And maybe if you need to do happy hours, which I do believe that you have to have an outlet, you can do that, but don't do it 10 times a month. Maybe you can do it 1 or 2 times if that fits inside your budget. Or maybe you have to sacrifice until you accomplish that goal, and then you can get back to it. But your budget will dictate that. But being accountable to your budget, that's what it's all about. As your financial planning consultant, that's what it's all about. And that's what I'm here for. So I wanted to create this video just to let you know how important budgeting is and how important managing your budget is. So just let me know if you have any questions. Remember, I am a financial planning consultant. So if you have any questions, you need any assistance, feel free to schedule an appointment. My information is in the description box below. I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys. Have a blessed day.